What up? What up? Hey y'all, hit the like button for me, man. If you can hear me, and the stream is looking good. What up? What up? Hey yo, if you can hear me, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button for me. Let me know the stream is going good. Sound is good. That way I can go ahead and get started. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Here we go. All right, man. So, I'm pretty sure by now you probably heard the news. Manny Pacquiao's been stripped of the WBA welterweight super title. So in my eyes, I feel like that kills any chance of an Earl Spence Jr. fight, Terrence Crawford fight. I feel like it's over with at this point. To be quite honest, man, I think Manny Pacquiao might be preparing for a retirement. I hate to say that, but to be completely honest, man, I think he's preparing for retirement. If he's going to do this exhibition fight, if it actually turns out to be an exhibition fight, really be looking for Manny Pacquiao to announce his retirement coming up. Or it would be great for him to fight Spence in the summertime. I feel like he should fight Spence in the summertime, but it's not looking good at this point, man. I had just dropped. As soon as that news broke, I had just put a video out. I mean, as soon as I hit as soon as I hit save to put the video out, I look on my phone and I get the alert on my phone that says he's been stripped of the super title. So I'm like, oh man, do I pause the video? Do I take the video back? Take it down and I just left it up there, man. But it's official. He's no longer there. They're calling it a champion in recess, which I don't know what that means. But Daniels, you guys has been promoted to the super champion. Yeah, he's a super titleist now. And I spoke about this man in a few videos ago. There's a chance that he could be stripped, and they're gonna elevate Daniels. You guys, his best bet would have been to just schedule the fight with you guys. I don't know why he just didn't schedule it, and why he was going. Obviously, he didn't schedule it because I mean he's to me it's a sign of retirement. It's not like he's punking out or he's trying to be a coward or anything. I just feel like Pacquiao's at the point in his career where he doesn't have to do this anymore, man. He can just get his money and get out of the sport. There's an article that I wanted to read, man. Manny Pacquiao. It's called Manny Pacquiao named WBA welterweight champion in recess. You guys promoted to super titleist, and it's from boxing scene. I'm not sure what champion in recess means. Let's read a little bit of this article and find out exactly what it means. Manny Pacquiao is once again a former 8 division titleist, a ruling made by the World Boxing Association. WBA has left the full-time Philippine senator and legendary boxer as its champion in recess, de-recognizing his previous status as WBA welterweight super titleist. The sanctioning body announced on Friday Pacquiao's 62-7-2 KOs held the belt since a 12-round decision win over unbeaten Keith Thurman in their July 2019 clash. The 42-year-old Southpaw has failed to make a single title defense since then, in part due to the ongoing pandemic. No longer ground to retain the belt during such a period of inactivity. The WBA, according to its rules, C14, that champions and their terms are required to know the WBA rules and regulations. Note the sanctioning body in its ruling, Rule C-22 through 24, states that when a champion is unable to defend the belt for medical, legal, or other reasons beyond his control, he may be named champion in recess. Huh. The medical reasons must be documented before the WBA medical committee, while the legal reasons must be evidenced before the legal director and the championship committee. Any uh, any inconvenience that may arise in the process will be resolved under the guidelines of the WBA's regulations. The news is likely won't force Pacquiao to break stride. The future Hall of Famer remains in talks for a fight or sorts with unbeaten lightweight Ryan Garcia, 21-0, 18 KOs. Terms of the bout include weight, locations, date, whether it will be a sanctioned contest or exhibition have yet to be determined, although representatives for both camps have verified ongoing discussions for a targeted springtime in the ring collision. I don't know, man. Friday's ruling leaves Pacquiao as a former four-time welterweight titleist, having previously held the WBO from November 2009 to June 2012, April 2014 through May 2015, and from November 2016 through July 2017. Pacquiao has also enjoyed at title and championship reigns at flyweight, WBC linear, junior featherweight, IBF featherweight, linear, junior lightweight, WBC linear lightweight, WBC junior welterweight, linear, and junior middleweight, WBO. Wow. Of the record-breaking 8 divisions in which he enjoys title status, for 4 have come without registering single title defenses. The latest reign at welterweight is the only such reign where he failed to attempt a title defense. His third WBO title reign, which began with a win over Jesse Vargas, ended with controversial 12-round defeat to Jeff Horn in their July 2017 clash in Brisbane, Australia. We all know what happened in that fight, man. And I'm just now reading this entire article, man. I was trying to go live for a long time, and I didn't realize how difficult it is to do it on YouTube now. Back when I first started doing this and I was going live, it was way easier. I just hop on my OBS, type in my little stream key stuff, boom, I'm up and going. Now I went live and it got all messed up now. So I had to come back later, man, and drop this news. But I'm glad everybody's tuning in, man. Thanks for hitting that like button for me. Let's move on. The benefactor of the move is Miami's Yordenis Ugas, 26-4, 12 KOs, who was upgraded from WBA World to WBA Super welterweight titleist. The distinction is important for the 34-year-old Cuban who can now pursue a third belt unification class with unbeaten WBC IBF titleist Earl Spence Jr., 27-0, 21 KOs. Other sanctioning bodies do not recognize sanctioned secondary world titleists in regard to accepting title unification requests. Jamal James is in position to advance from interim to WBA World Welterweight title, although such a move has not yet been announced at this time. Wow. Uh, I don't know what to say, man. Uh, other than this really looks like Pacquiao. You know, he tried, I guess, maybe to get an extension. They wouldn't give him an extension. Uh, and the fight with Conor McGregor fell apart. I don't understand why Conor McGregor would have even expected that fight would have been a for a title, or maybe him and Pacquiao thought, okay, if he fights me for the title, then I get to keep the title. I don't know. I'm not sure, but you know what I'm saying? Because Conor McGregor did say, hey, I'm going to fight for a title in boxing, even though he just got knocked out. He said he was going to fight for a title in boxing. So I'm not sure why he would even say that, and Pacquiao knowing that he wasn't going to be the champion. Because he had already known this. He had already, had already contacted him and told him that if he doesn't defend, that you're going to be stripped. And I don't understand why he wouldn't, number one, put that out there. Number two, maybe he had already made the decision to do these exhibition fights and then retire. Uh, I, Other than that, I don't see where he's going with this now. I don't. The only reason I can see for this exhibition fight now is for him to announce his retirement. I guess I guess in his mind it was going to play out like this. Let's look at it like this: if Conor McGregor would have beat Dustin Poirier, then Manny Pacquiao could have fought Conor McGregor, made all those millions of dollars, then announced, still been stripped of the title. But as he was being stripped, he would have been announcing that fight and, getting all that fanfare. And he would have been fighting Conor McGregor for all those millions of dollars. So I guess that's how he felt like it was going to play out. And, hey, it just didn't work out in his favor. Unfortunately, man, I'm a Pacquiao fan. I don't want to see him go out of the game like this. I would much rather have seen Pacquiao fight Earl Spence Jr. or Terrence Crawford get knocked out and go out like that than to see him, you know, doing an exhibition or and going out in an exhibition fight. Even though he's gonna make a lot of money off of this exhibition, I just don't feel like this is. It don't seem like the right send off to such a legendary fighter, especially after he beat Keith Thurman in the way he did. I mean, he might know something we don't know. Maybe he feel like he don't got it no more. Maybe he feels like he's just not in it. He's about to run for the presidency of the Philippines. He's got a lot of work to do there. He I'm pretty sure he would have loved to have that money from the Conor McGregor fight to fund his Philippine presidency run, but it don't look like that's gonna happen. But with this Gatorade deal, I was talking about in my last video that I didn't put that video out yet, so if you're looking for that, uh, Ryan Garcia I give y'all this tidbit. Ryan Garcia just signed a deal with Gatorade, so it's gonna be a lot of money involved in this potential Pacquiao Garcia fight, whether it's an exhibition or it's not an exhibition. If Gatorade is sponsoring, it's going to be a lot of money involved in it. So that could be something he could I guess retire on. If there's enough money involved, then I guess that's what they're negotiating at the moment. Uh, I hope there's something bigger still in play, man. For Pacquiao's sake, as a fan, not for Pacquiao's sake. He got plenty of money. He gonna be alright. Me as a fan, this sucks for me as a fan because I ain't got nothing else to look forward to when it comes to uh, legendary Pacquiao fights. I guess that was the last one. The Thurman fight was the end of the Pacquiao legend, and we're about to see the legend walk off in stellar fashion. For Pacquiao is good. If you look at it like this, he beat Keith Thurman. He he won the championship. He could say his last fight he beat a world champion. Then he fought, won a bunch of money, and retired. I guess that's a perfect way of walking off. Uh, and not looking horrible, not going out and fighting the guy if you know you ain't got it no more. I just hate to say that about Pacquiao. I don't. He beat the snot out of Keith Thurman, man. I can't say Pacquiao don't got it no more. He obviously still has the ability to beat some of these guys, but I guess in his mind he don't got that ability. Sucks, man. Really, really sucks, man. I hate to be bringing this. I wish I had something happier to talk about on my first live back, man. It's been a long time since I went live. I've tried several times. It's been a horrible experience. I had a horrible experience trying to go live earlier. I will be doing a lot more lives from now on, man. Bringing boxing news, boxing talk, sports talk. Uh, just trying to expand, man. Trying to build the audience, man. I see you guys are tuning in and supporting, man. So, why not? It gives me a chance to talk. I gotta figure out how to use this comment section. I don't see no comments. Somebody shoot me a comment, man, so I know it worked. I don't know how exactly to work this, man. I got a new phone and I got it. YouTube's changed a lot since the last time I did this. But yeah, man, that's the news of the day, man. I saw it when it came out. As soon as it came out, I saw it, and I tried to do. I'm like, man, I should do a video. I'm like, you know what? I ain't been live in a while. I'm gonna try to go live and talk about this. And man, okay, it came up right here. Cardinal Red hit the like at the status when you ask for. Appreciate that, man. I can't see your name. Let's see if it come back up. Shroom. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you, man, for tuning in, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this a lot more, bro. Definitely, man. I got it set up to where is the live good? Let me know if the live is it clear? Is it HD on your end? Shoot me a message and let me know. Shoot me a comment real quick. It look good too. Appreciate that, Shroom. It look good too. Yeah, man, y'all gotta let me know, man, when I get on here, like where can I improve? What y'all want to see, what fighters y'all, because I know pretty much everybody who watches my channel is pretty much a Pacquiao fan because I based most of my content on Manny Pacquiao, and I did that for a reason. When I started, uh, and then trying to expand is difficult because I do all this by myself. I make all the thumbnails, I do all the editing. I don't write my scripts out, but I do think them out, and then I gotta do all that. If it's a voiceover, I got I'm setting up lightning, man, and it can be a hassle sometimes. So that's the reason I don't really branch out and do every fighter, but I'm eventually gonna get there, man. So just hang in there with me. Hang in there with me. It's sad I gotta be announcing this new. I feel like I'm announcing Pacquiao's retirement. And I don't want to be announcing his retirement. We should be announcing Pacquiao fighting Earl Spence Jr. right now. We shouldn't be announcing Pacquiao potentially retiring at the end of this year. I kind of saw it coming. I was hoping it was going to play out a little bit differently. I was hoping it might play out to where he would fight Spence and, fight possibly fight a mandatory Mikey and then go fight Spence. Now, it's still possible for him to fight one of these guys. It would make one of them famous, and it's not like the ball is completely taken off the table. But I would say 99.9% he's not fighting them guys now. Perhaps he'll come out and give his reason why he's not going to fight them. Well, perhaps he won't. But if you ask me, I think he feels like the money's not in it, and the longer he waits, the older he gets, because he can either take that fight now and really not make no money off of it because they can't have it's no way they can put 50,000 fans in Cowboy Stadium right now. It's just not gonna happen. That's what Manny Pacquiao calls for. That's what he wants. That's he demands $20 million almost per fight, and I'm pretty sure PBC doesn't want to pay him that type of money and have to pay Earl Spence that type of money. I'm pretty sure Top Rank don't want to have to pay him that type of money, and pay Terrence Crawford that type of money. Being that they can't put fans, they can't put butts in the seats, and they're not gonna make any money off the gate. Uh, it sucks, but like I said, man, Manny Pacquiao's gonna get a bag full of money off of this Ryan Garcia fight. The Gatorade money should be some big money involved with the Gatorade stuff, man. So I really look for him to get a big bag off of that. Potentially, the only good thing that could come from this is, let's say this whole exhibition thing does really good numbers for Pacquiao. He sells some pay-per-views. Uh, does Mayweather come calling? Or, hold on, let's think about this. Hold on. Let's think about this. Perhaps the Ryan Garcia fight's not going to happen. Maybe he's just negotiating with Garcia, right? Because I seen a report earlier that said Mayweather has swooped in trying to steal the Garcia fight from Pacquiao. Okay, so what if Mayweather says, I'm not going to fight you in a real fight, but we can do a rematch in an exhibition? Do you think that would have tempted Pacquiao into relinquishing his belt and to go have an exhibition fight with Floyd Mayweather? Because he hasn't announced, nothing's been announced around this Ryan Garcia fight yet. So potentially he could be setting up something in the background, some type of exhibition in the back. Because I heard Floyd Mayweather and who is it, Logan Paul or Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers, their fight got canceled. So, Floyd Mayweather is available now. That there is a possibility Pacquiao and Mayweather could have an exhibition fight. The Mayweather Paul fight's been canceled. Perfect timing. Pacquiao's been stripped. Hey, he would make more money doing an exhibition with Mayweather than he would with Ryan Garcia. You're not gonna get any money off. Conor McGregor just got knocked out. What's the next biggest thing? What's the next biggest event? And they're planning on doing it on Cinco de Mayo. He's planning on coming back on Cinco de Mayo. What would be the best way for him to retire, make a big, huge bag of money, and for Floyd Mayweather to make a big, huge bag of money at the same time? It would be, and retire on the biggest stage. It would be for him to have a exhibition rematch with Floyd Mayweather on Cinco de Mayo. This Even though the bad thing about that, I think it would sell a lot of pay-per-views, but they wouldn't be able to put a lot of butts in the seats. And uh, I think that would be a determining factor. Would they be able to put a lot of fans in there, depending on where they do it at? But I think it would sell a lot of pay-per-views, even though it's an exhibition. Let's say it's an exhibition, but it's 10-round exhibition. That would make it really interesting. It would make it more interesting even than this past Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight we just got. I think it would make it just as interesting as that, simply because these two guys still have a little bit left in the tank. Maybe they don't have enough to go out there and kill each other anymore, but they still got enough to give us an exhibition fight. Uh, hey, got 4 likes, man. I appreciate that. Whoever's left in here, drop me a comment, man. Let me know who's in here. Pac still has a. Hold on. Yeah. What that say? Pac still has a. Why did that pop up? That's better than the WBA he has the passion for. I don't know about that belt you're talking about. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know about that, man. I had to look at one. I never even heard of that before. You silly. But who you think's next? I mean, what do you think's next? You think this Ryan Garcia fight's gonna pop off before I get off of her, man? You talk to me for a second before I get off her. I think if the Gatorade money is right, I think it's gonna jump. But like I said, it's a potential chance for Mayweather and Pacquiao to get it on now. A very high chance that they might get it on now, which would be really, really interesting. Even though it'd be an exhibition, I just hope he don't announce his retirement after this. I don't want to see him retire, man. The Keith Thurman fight was so spectacular. I don't want to see it. I have no idea. I feel like that belt or no belt. Everyone wants to capture his. Everyone wants to capture his fan base with a passing torch. I mean, that's true. Everyone wanted a piece. I mean, you saw what happened as soon as them guys would win a fight. They would go call that Pacquiao. You know, everybody want to call Pacquiao's name. Everybody wanted to call Pacquiao's name. Who name one fighter from 130 to 147 who wasn't calling Pacquiao's name out to try and get some what do they call it on YouTube? What do they call it? Clout. Try to get them some clout, man. Because these guys they don't have boxing fame. They got a lot of these guys got social media fame, which is good. But real boxing fans ain't gonna pay to see your fights because they know most of them's gonna be set up. They're gonna be cherry picks, or they're gonna be fights nobody really wants to see. You know what I'm saying? So I, a lot of these guys, I feel like they need Pacquiao. They need a guy like Pacquiao to build to solidify their name off of. They none of them solidified. None of them's fights are really. None of them's fight records are really padded, with the exception of Earl Spence Jr. at welterweight. None of the rest of these guys who've been calling that Pacquiao. I mean, Pacquiao has almost double the amount of fights as most of these guys calling them out. If you look at all those guys' records, even Spence and Crawford, Pacquiao's got 60 fights. He's doubled the amount of, of fights that they even have in their career. He might have more knockouts than they got fights in their career, which is crazy. So, those guys, they need a Pacquiao fight, but for Spence and Crawford, if they fight each other, it would be just as big as having a Pacquiao fight. For guys like Ryan Garcia, for guys like Vasil Lomachenko, and guys like Gervonta Davis, Mikey Garcia, they could really use a Pacquiao fight just to build their name off of it. Because they're at the point where either they need a huge fight or they're going to start getting pushed to the side, and now these new guys is coming up. Teofimo Lopez is the next big thing in boxing. You can see it. I mean, you can see it coming. As long as he can come back against Vasil Lomachenko and prove that that wasn't a fluke fight and Lomachenko really wasn't hurt. Because, I'm not one of those guys who, I don't hate on guys when they say they got injuries. If you say you're injured, you was injured. And if you deserve a rematch, give him his rematch. If he was really as garbage as you thought he was the first time, go on and beat him up again, and prove that he's garbage, man. Give that man what he wants. He's garbage. So wash him up, and move on. I do think Lomachenko deserves his rematch though, and I feel like, Teofimo is the next big thing. Teofimo is the next big name in boxing. I think he's gonna be big at welterweight. I think, but by the time he gets to welterweight, Earl Spence pretty much would probably have moved on. I think the Spence Crawford fight is coming. Spence is gonna fight you guys probably, and I'm pretty sure him and Crawford gonna have a bidding war for that belt. Dennis, and I've talked about you guys in the past. Dennis, you guys' name is about to go through the roof. He's about to, his stock is about to rise so quickly it's ridiculous because he's about to have a bidding war for that belt. Both of those guys are gonna come in his neck for that belt, and hopefully, I hope he puts up a good fight, man, for his sake. Uh, Hopefully he don't fold up like Kell Brook has done in his last couple of fights. Cause I'm a Brook fan, but he ain't show out his last couple of fights. Uh, but I feel like you guys really got it. He has a chance with both of those guys. He's just as big as Earl Spence. He's bigger than Terrence Crawford, and he's just not as he might be more speedy than Earl Spence, but he's not as speedy as Crawford. He might be somewhere right below Crawford's level of speed. It would have been interesting though to see Pacquiao fight you guys, man. That would have been the ultimate. If I could have got a Pacquiao you guys fight, I felt like that would have been better than Pacquiao Spence. Even if he would have fight you guys fought you guys and then retired, I would have felt good. Not like you guys is better than Spence, but you guys is a guy coming on the come up, and Pacquiao could have potentially knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of those guys that Pacquiao, one of those type of fighters that Pacquiao can go in there and really do well against. And it sucks, man. I just feel like until I heard something from Pacquiao, because we haven't heard anything from Pacquiao personally since I think he got on Twitter after the McGregor fight, and I think he was talking about his next fight was an exhibition. He said something on Twitter after the McGregor fight. That was the last we've heard from Pacquiao. Personally, his publishers for MP Promotions said a few things regarding the Garcia fight, but nothing set. Nothing like set in stone. Like this is definitely what's gonna happen, which sucks, man. It really, really sucks. I was so happy after after I made that last video, man. I'm like, man, there's some good information in this video. Put this out here, hopefully we'll be hearing some good news for Pacquiao for the weekend. Yeah, I can go chill, you know what I'm saying, eat me something. And as soon as I hit the save button, I'm like, let me look on my phone real quick just to make sure ain't nothing else popped up. I don't need to make no more videos. And as soon as I hit it, the news about him getting stripped hit. And it's crazy because as soon as I hit that, I go on YouTube, right? Type in, I'm like, let me see if anybody else is talking about it. Boom, everybody's going to laugh about it. I'm like, oh, this sucks. It sucks, man. I don't know if anybody watched my last video. But that was heartbreaking, man. It was heartbreaking because I do feel like Pacquiao has enough left to beat Spence and Crawford, but perhaps he doesn't have enough time before he runs for the presidency of the Philippines to pull all this off. As a fan, it sucks. I feel like I'm making the transition from being a fan of Pacquiao in boxing to being a fan of Pacquiao, the humanitarian. And, man, what can I say, man? I guess that's a sign I'm getting older. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. Whoever's left in here, drop me a comment, man, real fast so I get off here, bro. So I can know who you are, man. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. I appreciate you for tuning in. We'll definitely be doing some more lives, man. I enjoy this, being able to tap in and talk to the people. I used to do this a lot, man, but with everything that's happening in the world, man, it's crazy how much stuff flips, man, and changes in the blink of an eye. I gotta get off here, man. I'm probably gonna get back on here. I gotta eat something, man. I'm gonna check the news, man, and probably get back on here. If y'all still up, I might get back on here in about an hour. It's 11:30. I might get back on here in about an hour, man. If you ain't hit the like button, man, smash that like button for me, please, man, before we get out of here, man. We want to wish Manny Pacquiao a happy night, man. Bring us something special, man, and don't leave us like this, Manny. Can you imagine this being Manny Pacquiao's last fight? I'm gonna end on that. What if this is Manny Pacquiao's last fight? All right? So let's say this is the last time we ever see Manny Pacquiao in a boxing ring. Is Ryan Garcia the guy you want to see Pacquiao fight as his last fight ever? Or would you rather, do you think there's a chance, and do you think that Floyd Mayweather might be in the background, trying to, get a little money out of this situation too? Perhaps he's talked to Pacquiao, perhaps. But do you think Ryan Garcia deserves to be that name as Pacquiao's final match, man? I see somebody just tapped in, man. If you tapping in, man, hit that like button for me. I appreciate you for tapping in. Leave me a comment real fast, man. The final question before I get out of here is, do you think Ryan Garcia deserves to be Pacquiao's final fight? What if this is Pacquiao's last fight ever? Do you feel like it should be against Ryan Garcia, man? Should it be Ryan Garcia? Should he be that name that gets to say, "Hey, I was the last guy to ever fight Pacquiao"? It wasn't even in a real fight. I'm gonna be happy. I'd be happy if Pacquiao fights him for 10 rounds in a sanctioned fight. Win or lose. I would be happy with that. But if it's an exhibition, I'm gonna be real disappointed that Ryan Garcia is that last guy. I think if this is the last time we ever get to see him in a boxing ring, I would much rather see him. You don't think this is the last time we're gonna see him in a boxing ring? I feel like he's setting up for retirement, man. To be completely honest with you, with all this WBO stuff and getting stripped, I really feel like this is a I feel like this is a setup for retirement, and as you know, for Garcia fight. Ah, okay, I see. Glad Pac got stripped. You glad he got stripped? Hold on, what did you say? Glad he got to the WBA service strip. He's holding up the. Everybody keeps saying he's holding up the division, man. How is he holding up the division? He's bringing them guys fame, man. If they need Pacquiao, man. They need his name, man, to build their fame up. I mean, if they fight each other, it'll be different. Now, peep this out. So what if Spence gets the you guys fight? Y'all keeping me on here longer. Try to go eat. But what if Spence gets the you guys fight, right? He go fight you guys, beat him up, and just holds the belts. What if he still don't fight Terrence Crawford? He got what? 4 belts at that point. He just gonna chill out. He can go fight Canelo, go get the big bag. You know what I'm saying? It'd be 2 years down the line before you get a Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. Now it's possible that he could go, but because here's how it's gonna be. Whoever gets that you guys fight is gonna chill out on the other one. You're still not gonna see a unification fight because of you. Question: why do you always make pack videos? I already talked about that earlier, man. I'm sorry, man. The reason I do that is because it's how I started. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you make content yourself. If you make content yourself, you should know how hard it is to put these videos together, man. And I'm a one man army, man. I'm a one man show. I thought this is. I run all this by myself. I make the thumbnails myself. I do the editing myself. Pick the music. I do the voiceovers. I set the lighting, the cameras, all that by yourself. So it's hard to do that and try to span every fighter that's fighting. I would rather pick one or two. That's why I stay in the welterweight division. If Spence beats you guys, could he go for the? That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting to though. But that's the reason why I make mostly Pacquiao. I don't just make Pacquiao content though. I make welterweight content, and it just so happens Pacquiao is one of the biggest names at welterweight. So it is what it is. I would make all divisions, but right now I don't have no team, so it's just me. And when those fights are happening, then I cover them. But in the meantime, I make Pacquiao content in the meantime. I'm gonna have to switch over here if he does plan to retire. This is why I started integrating basketball and other sports. This isn't all I've done on YouTube though, man. I got fishing videos and unboxings, workouts, But Pacquiao always. But that's what I said though. I do cover more fighters, but I only cover them when they're actually fighting because if I try to cover every fighter every day, you see I can make Pacquiao videos pretty much every day, right? I can make Pacquiao videos every single day of the week. But the only reason I can do that, and the only reason other channels don't do that, is because if they made videos focused solely on one fighter every day of the week, they wouldn't cover every other fighter. What's up, Cap? Hey, man, appreciate you for tuning in, man. Y'all go follow if you don't follow Caps, man. Y'all follow. I'm pretty sure y'all already follow him because he blowing up right now, man. What's up? I appreciate you for tuning in, Cap. But I'm trying to tell him, he's asking why I only make Pacquiao content. So other channels, when they can't focus on one fighter He keeps saying he deserved to get stripped, but they can't focus on one fighter because they wouldn't be able to focus on all the fighters. So if they're just making content surrounding one fighter, they wouldn't be able to have time, especially the guys like T Street who kind of run his own. He has a team, but he kind of runs his own ship. These other channels, they got, man, they got multi-channel networks, just to put it out there. They're not run by themselves. It's not just some guy like me sitting in a room doing everything behind the scenes. They got multi-channel networks. They getting fed all type of stuff. They getting fed keywords and everything, titles. They don't have to do none of that stuff. I got to do titles and all that stuff, man. So it's pretty difficult time for Spence to fight you guys. But that's what I was getting at earlier. So we got caught up. So this is what's gonna happen. Whoever gets that you guys fight first, if Spence gets it first or if Crawford gets it first, the other one's gonna hold that belt hostage. I'm telling you, he's not gonna want to fight the other one. And then what's gonna happen if Spence gets that belt? He's gonna take that belt and then he's gonna go fight Canelo, where he's gonna get a big bag of money, and he still doesn't have to fight Terrence Crawford. So Terrence Crawford's gonna be sitting there and have to go through the ranks of the PBC fighters to eventually get a fight with Earl Spence. I'm telling you, that's how it's gonna play out. And if Terrence Crawford ends up with that belt, if he gets to you guys fights first, he gonna do the same thing with Spence. That if they ain't fighting each other now, why would they fight each other when the other one has the upper hand? Neither one of them's gonna take the 60-40 split. So why, whoever gets that belt first, they just gonna go chill out. If Crawford get it for undisputed, I'm telling you, neither one of them's gonna want to take that 60-40 split. Neither one of them's gonna want that split. So and whoever has that extra belt is gonna feel like they got all the leverage. So it is. I think they'll be tied up though if Crawford gets another belt, he'll have two. I think Spence has three. Spence has three belts. Cause he has some weird Ring magazine belt. Nah, man. Nah, I was trying to set that up, Cal, but I ain't got my OBS set up yet, man. I'm streaming off my phone. I could do it through my laptop, but the camera ain't as good. Once I get that OBS set up, I tried to do it through Streamlabs, but it wasn't picking up. Streamlabs mobile ain't picking up. I used to be able to do it off my off OBS back when I first started doing all this. But I forgot how to do it, man. To be completely honest, and I ain't never. You was telling me about the what's it called? WhatsApp. Can I do that through the WhatsApp if I get the WhatsApp? But back to what we was talking about. I'm telling you, if Spence get that belt, he gonna go fight Canelo. He's not gonna. That's cool, G. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna have to get at you, man. Hit me up on my email. We're gonna have to link up, man, so I can get your number and I'll get your WhatsApp number and I'll download the WhatsApp. We can convo on there, bro. So hit my email. It's in my it's in the description. It's in my bio on my channel. So you can go pick that up over. Just hit me on there, man, and then send me your WhatsApp link. Let me know how I can contact you. It's gonna be back. And that's funny because people be trying to say I'm a fanboy of Pacquiao. I'm like, but y'all don't understand YouTube. You must not make YouTube content. You must not make YouTube content because a channel of my size, they should already be fighting. They should have fought a year ago. It should have fought 2 years ago. Pacquiao should have fought one of them by now. But it's all because of the money. It's all good, bro. I'm just letting you know that's why it is what it is, bro. I know I seen you around a lot. I don't get mad at stuff off the internet, man. But I'm telling you, the problem with why Pacquiao ain't fought neither one of those guys is because neither one of the promotional companies want to pay him $20 million. It's just not gonna happen. You see what's going on between Spence and Crawford? They can't even come to terms on a split. So what do you think happens when you throw a superstar like Manny Pacquiao in the mix? I mean, Manny Pacquiao commands too much money. They trying to phase him out, really, because I've been feeling like, I don't know if you really watch my videos and you watch the whole video, then I use this term called freezing out. They've been freezing. Earl Spence is freezing out Terrence Crawford because, I mean, it is what it is, man. He can fight who he wants to, man. He can fight who he wants to. He's a champion. But Crawford, Spence has been freezing out Crawford for a while because he's the unified champ, and he can do that because he's the A side. And I've been feeling like when Pacquiao got the PBC, he didn't fight Crawford because he's freezing him out because he wants his money from Bob Arum. So he wasn't gonna fight Crawford unless Bob Arum paid him everything he deserves. And the Spence Pacquiao fight would have happened if it wasn't for what's going on in the world right now. I can't say a word because they're gonna cut my laugh off. But with the pandemic in the world, Pacquiao deserves to have a crowd at his fights. You're not gonna get no mega fight with Pacquiao without there being 50,000 people in the stands, and that's why I feel like this might be his retirement. I think we might be announcing his retirement, not just that he was stripped of the title. I think that with everything that's going on, it's just no way for him to put on a mega event, unless it's an exhibition and make money. I don't see, which is the weird thing. I don't understand why he's putting on this I don't get. That's what I was about to say too. I don't understand how this exhibition can have so much money thrown at it, other than the fact that Ryan Garcia got this got that Gatorade contract. Hold on, I'll be there in a minute. Ryan Garcia got that Gatorade contract, man. So he got some money from that Gatorade contract. Hey, y'all give me like an hour, man. I'm gonna be back on, man. Everybody in here, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, get off real quick, man. Give me like I'll come back on around 1, around 12:30 or 1, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Bob said Manny versus Bull was almost done. It was a lot of fights almost done. It wouldn't even happen though because he would have never been negotiating with them because he had already had the Garcia fight set up, and then when that fell through, I think is when they started negotiating for the Crawford fight. I want. It's all gonna depend on what Pacquiao say. We still might see that. It's not saying that none of this stuff's gonna happen. I just feel like because of if listen, if it turns out to be an exhibition with Ryan Garcia, Pacquiao's return. No doubt in my mind. If that turns out to be an exhibition, I think Pacquiao's return. I don't think you're gonna see him return for another sanctioned fight. We might get some more exhibition fights out of him, but I don't think you'll see him return. Now, if it actually turns out to be whatever his next fight is, if it turns out to be a sanctioned fight, an actual 12 round, then I would say there's still a possibility for him to fight Spence or Crawford in the near future. But if it turns out to be an exhibition fight, we can call Pacquiao's career a legendary status, and within a year, maybe two, he'll be in. Within a year or two, he'll be in the Hall of Fame, man. I gotta get out of here, man. I really appreciate this many people tuning in. I ain't think that many people was gonna tune in, man. Like I said, y'all give me an hour, I'll come back on, man. Chill out with y'all for a little while longer. For now, I gotta get out of here, man. I hate to get out of here, but I gotta leave you, son. Everybody hit that like button before me, man, before I get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back on, man. And once I figure out how to do that, where I can share the screen and everything, I'm gonna invite a lot of people on here, man. I want to get to know everybody, man, for real. Real talk. It's your boy Cardinal Red, and we out of here.